We've got another set of patch notes here, guys. And do they mention Battle Royale this time? I don't know. This has been the talk of the town here. It's been the talk of the town. This literally just came out a couple hours ago from Battlefield 6. Let's see what we got. Hello, everybody. Thank you for continuing to share your experiences and for helping us shape Battlefield 6 together. As we approach the launch of Season 1, we want to share another update on changes and improvements that we've been working on based on your feedback. This is the roadmap. We already saw the preview. We've got the new map coming on the 28th. Blackwell. Eastwood is the other map coming on November 18th. We got battle pickups, new weapons. There's also new modes that weren't mentioned here. There's like a 4v4 search and destroy type mode. That'll be coming. Priority Battlefield 6 game updates. Our immediate focus is on overall performance and the combat experience. As we move forward, we're investigating potential changes on key areas such as weapon dispersion, balance, visibility, aim assist, progression, and more. A number of updates have already been made available, and we have more that are planned to roll out over the course of Season 1. Live now, custom search. We've made more adjustments to improve how accurately matchmaking aligns with the selected maps and mode preferences. The system will maintain flexibility to support reasonable queue times, so players with more specific selections may notice slightly longer waits. We'll keep monitoring custom search performance and continue to fine-tune it as needed. This has been a big problem for me, at least, when I'm trying to find like maps to fly on. It never actually puts me on the correct map. This was a problem during the beta, though, as well. Vehicle spawn bug. We recently deployed a targeted back-end update to address it. We already went through the notes on that one the other day. Vehicles wouldn't spawn on certain maps. Specifically, the helicopter wasn't spawning for one side of the map. The current results have shown that it's greatly reduced the number of occurrences and started to improve the balance on some of the modes and map combinations. We're aware that other outliers that this fix did not address, and we're working to address those to resolve the issues. We also saw that the back-end change had a slightly positive impact on breakthrough win rates, but we are working on further balance changes that are meant to be more impactful and bring win rates to a better state. I haven't played too much breakthrough, but I know on like Morocco Valley, the attacking side seems impossible to win on. You have to like use so much smoke to get to the back on it. It's kind of crazy. Portal server availability. Earlier this week, we made XP adjustments. This was the big thing. They made XP adjustments. In case you missed it, you can check out the details here on how to get the full XP in verified modes. So you can't, if you're playing with any bots in the game on outside of verified modes, you cannot get XP. Actually, I don't even think we read all of this one. I think we'll read this after. I know we did. I'm pretty sure we did. Anyways, we'll take a look at it after just in case. Nonetheless, that's the core of it. You have to be playing regular modes to get XP. So like this is a portal mode that they just added, class locked breakthrough mayhem, and you do get full XP on it. But if you go to most of the other ones on the browser for servers, hardcore bot fill. So see, since it says bot fill, if you go to experience info, you can see there's no XP that you gain. You only get the match XP bonus. So it's not really that great. You can complete challenges in these still, by the way. So if you need that like 250-meter range one or whatever, those do still work. It's just you don't get XP for it, at least from what I have seen, because I got my medic challenge done in one of these servers. Nonetheless, let's continue. Upcoming changes. Player movement. We are actively refining player movement to address areas that previously felt inconsistent while staying true to the gameplay pace and maintaining the core feel to launch experience. In parallel, we are enhancing slight stability by minimizing reticle movement during specific animations. These adjustments aim to deliver a smooth and more precise aiming experience, all while preserving an immersive first-person feel. Wow, that's a whole lot of words. The biggest thing that I will say on movement-wise, I haven't had too many complaints. My biggest thing is I just randomly bounce into the air a lot. Did they mention the drone bug? I guess we'll see. That's another big one. But I just randomly, like I run over an object and my character launches into the air and then I get shot out of the sky by people that are looking at me. That's been the weirdest thing. It's because of the slopes. And then the ladders. I try to place the ladders and I don't know the trick for it yet. But sometimes I get onto the ladder and it just bounces me right off of it. And I can't even use the ladders very well. I'm going to try those a little bit more today and we'll see if we can get a decent run with it. I have seen some people still moving pretty crazy in the game, but it's felt like a good change, at least from the beta for me, where you can't slide as often as you could in the past, at least. Progression. This is a big one for me. We are continuing to monitor the impact of the changes that were made last week and already seeing a smoother experience as we roll into Season 1. Some additional changes, XP earned in Escalation and King of the Hill, are not always working as intended. We're planning to significantly increase the payout to bring them in line with other modes and keep monitoring I've noticed that specifically in domination, TDM, and those modes, you seem to get a lot less overall level, but you get way more weapon level. Because the way that weapon progression works in this game is it's only based on kills. So if you play the objective, you don't get any weapon XP, which I think is a huge miss. Same thing if you're in a vehicle, you don't get any weapon XP. Some people might argue that that's for the best, but um, that's a difference I've found. We've seen all the feedback about the challenges and the criteria. The team's working on a series of improvements to make the challenges more straightforward to understand and faster to complete. Given the scale of the challenges, these changes will roll out over at least 2 updates. Some examples of what those will be: Class Assignment Assault 1, get kills while using the Adrenaline Director. What? It went from 30, it's going to be only 3? Honestly, I think if it just worked, that would be enough. That's crazy. Because this one you would take the adrenaline, and then it would only work for 2 seconds. When the buff lasts for like 6 seconds, you had to get the kill in the first 2 seconds for actually register the assignment. So it's going to drop to only 3. Repair vehicles in a match from 6,000 to 1,000. I know a lot of people have been talking about this one being difficult to do, and some people have come up with tricks to do it. I've seen a couple of those videos. Deadeye 2, get headshots, kills over 200 meters with a sniper from 150 to 5? Oh my gosh, you only need 5 kills from 150 is... From 150 to 5 is wild. So for this challenge, you only need to get 5 kills past 200 meters. That's way more reasonable to do, and I don't think they need to make any other changes from that case, because there's not that many ranges that are 200 meters plus. If you want to do this challenge right now, it's like, and normally in regular games without going into bot lobbies, it's probably going to take you like 10 hours of just long range sniping, because you might get like a couple 200-meter shots per game. There's one other challenge that requires you to get 10 kills in one game at 200 plus meters, but it's one of the final challenges, and I'm kind of fine with that challenge. But this one was crazy. That is a insane change, though, right? Another solution could have been dropping the range, so maybe only at like 80 plus meters you need to get the shot. But I think they like the idea of doing 200 plus meter sniping, and I will say it is fun doing 200 plus meter sniping. So that is a thing as well. In addition, a later game update will reduce the 200 meter distance. Boom. Okay, well, there you go. I should have read one more sentence. That would make things a lot easier as well, although that would be crazy if they drop the range to 80 meters or whatever. They drop the range and the requirement. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. Visibility. We're actively looking into adjustments to exposure and brightness. This will lead to improvements in places where players have experienced blinding light when looking outdoors, overly dark interiors and looking indoors, and a lack of visibility around weapon optics when zooming in. These adjustments are part of a wider pass focusing on improvement visibility when it's that we expect to complete later in Season 1. Weapon dispersion is part of the Season 1 update October 28th. We're making several adjustments to how weapon dispersion behaves. These changes are aimed at ensuring each weapon's accuracy better reflects its intended performance over range. We've also fixed a bug that caused dispersion to not decrease as expected when transitioning from sprinting to prone position. Interesting. So if you were prone, you still had too much dispersion going on. That's what I'm curious, though, is like, what are the details of what they mean by that? Each weapon's accuracy reflects better. Does that mean that SMGs are working too good from range right now and they're going to make them worse? I don't know. We'll continue refining some weapon accuracy behaviors in battle to make your shots feel more consistent and rewarding across all weapon types. Our upcoming tuning pass will reduce the overall impact of dispersion across multiple weapon types while keeping the core intent intact. Burst firing will remain the most effective way to control the weapons, and each weapon will still perform best within its intended range. We've also identified, a couple of bugs that cause weapons to feel less accurate as intended. Post-sprint firing. Weapons fired immediately after sprinting while zoomed could retain a higher dispersion, reducing accuracy. Movement start dispersion was increasing faster than it should when players began moving. Interesting. Making even small adjustments unexpectedly impact precision. So I guess these are the points. And that's good. I actually even noticed Otter, who's another creator, does a lot of breakdowns on stuff for the game. He's got ridiculous amount of hours in the game. He said that, I saw in a clip, when you aim down sight, if you aim down sight if you start shooting, before you're fully aimed down sight, then you have bloom. You have extra bloom off of that, which is not good if that's the case, or it's at least very good to know. You need to wait to start shooting until you're fully ADS, because a main way that a lot of people play is if you're running, even moving, you'll start shooting before you're fully ADS, so you get a couple shots out before you're aimed down sight. That's especially how you do it, I mean, in a lot of games. But in this, it seems like that's not worth it. You got to wait until you're fully ADS, then you shoot. Obviously, in addition to all the other things. Strafe adding bloom is part of the game, but they're saying that it's been too strong. Been too much of it. Interesting. Okay. Regarding Battlefield Labs, we're taking a brief hiatus on Battlefield Labs as we prioritize the rollout to Season 1 content. Labs is at its best when we can iterate quickly with you, and it was valuable in how much it helped us prepare for the launch of Battlefield 6. More updates will be shared with play sessions that are returning, and we will continue to develop for future Battlefield 6 together. There's a lot of stuff to mention in this because they were testing Battle Royale, and here it is, guys. Battle Royale mode, learnings and updates. Speaking of Battlefield Labs, we have updates on the Battle Royale mode. Following the suggestions we received during our play sessions, our labs feedback has helped us fine-tune key elements for this experience. Here's a quick look at the changes that you may notice the next time you play. So these are for the people who have played labs. Close range time to kill. We've adjusted the time to kill at close range for all weapons to reward clean positioning and tracking while giving players more time to counter attacks. We'll keep monitoring this as live. So it sounds like they upped it, if anything. If you're giving more time for counterattacks, that means that you have slower time to kills and more health, I should say. They've upped the health. Armor changes. Everyone will now have the capacity for 2 armor plates at the start of the game. Okay. All players will spawn with 1 plate. So you will have the chance to upgrade as soon as you start looting, giving everyone equal chance at upgrading their armor fully. A lot to unpack there. Just the fact that you can upgrade your armor in the first place. World improvements. We've been fixing pesky world bugs and optimizing areas to improve the environment. With these improvements, we made adjustments to the lighting as well as enhancing the visibility across the map. Vehicle balance. We've adjusted the balance for helicopters. Helicopters confirmed in Battlefield 6 Battle Royale, and combat vehicles to keep them as powerful tools, showing off Battlefield's core DNA without making them necessary to survive or win the late game. This includes significant adjustments to the heli countermeasures and ammo economy. So limiting the ammo, they can't have too much. They can't maybe flare as often, maybe at all. We've also been working to provide smoother overall performance. We've identified and addressed a range of issues that affect performance that will simply couldn't have done without the players involved in the test. So here's the thing, though. With this news and this news, though, the fact that they don't even have labs anymore, that definitely sounds like it's coming out. If they're not even going to be testing it anymore and it's time, it might be go time. Here we go, I guess. This was the last update they did in September 10th, talking about the Battle Royale testing. For anybody that missed it, they have already confirmed the Battle Royale is in testing. They just haven't announced the release date or even the name of it. Just that there's a Battle Royale mode. Wow. Okay, well, there you go, guys. Might be, maybe. Now, there's also some big notes about this I saw from Silk with some complaints on there's still so many more complaints, especially, obviously the Flyers, we have some additional problems. Did I read this one? I don't know if I did. October 23rd. I definitely didn't. Okay, so this is the community update for the servers and portal experience. I think I know what this all is, but I just want to read this one as well. Let's just go over this as well. AA missiles on stealth jets is a huge upgrade. Are they out? Is that in the game now? I saw that was one of the things. I saw Silk talking about that, but I haven't actually seen it yet. That was not on here. Or what was it? This that I just read. Yeah, it is. Dude. Okay, well, let's read this real quick. This is the community update on community servers and Portal experience. And I do have a Portal experience to play today, but I want to know exactly where their head is at with this from them. This is why I like to read the stuff from them, see what they're saying. Hello, everybody. As we mentioned last week, we are in the process of addressing some of the issues for the Portal tab, availability, and the experience there. Recently, we shared that we're making some changes to reduce the number of XP farm servers from the server browser and community experience. These servers have made it harder for players to discover the kinds of experiences that we want to create for this. We've organized a series of changes to emphasize our commitment to highlight the player communities and making this space where we can celebrate creativity, find unique experiences. As part of the effort, we've rolled out several back-end updates to support healthier matchmaking, better overall experiences for Portal. This includes resolving unintended systems that affect XP progression and balance across experiences. And for now, removing bots from verified experiences to help improve the overall quality of matches. Now, if you guys were watching the stream yesterday, if I queued into these playlists that nobody plays, it was still populating with bots. However, these were only, and I even tried it this morning, and there's still bots, but these are on the verified servers. These are on the main ones you quick match into that should be populated, but nobody's playing. I even had a game that was a 1v1 yesterday. Now, by the afternoon, this was not the case anymore. There was real people in all of these games because I think a lot of people were watching my stream. And you can even see here, look, these are all real people. They also, though, may have finished rolling out this update where now there's no more bots and maybe they're clumping people together more. That could also be part of it. But I did see some this morning. There was definitely some bots this morning. I was playing with a couple people who recognized me when I was asking how they had been finding it. We'll try and cue that while we keep going through this. But the main thing, though, is if you had backfill bots, of course, this is what I even had a clip. I was talking about this before the game even came out. Because this is how you did it in 2042. This is how I leveled up all my stuff in 2042, as I had been playing that the last couple months. It's not like I had any crazy information here. A lot of us knew this. Verified experience from backfill. Custom experiences will continue to earning reduced progression regardless of whether bots are active. Now, that's tough. This is what I wasn't sure of. This keeps creative freedom and allows you to express yourself within Portal while maintaining progression balance. Custom experiences will continue earning reduced progression regardless of whether bots are active. So even if you have... Yeah, see, here we go. Look at all the bots. Told you. So you can do it there. But if you're in a custom experience, which there are a couple custom experiences that I wanted to try today even, and I was hoping that if we filled it with all of you guys in the game and we all played like a community game, then we could still get credit for that. But it looks like it might not be the case. Black, thank you again, man. Also, Christopher Lortz, welcome to the squad. Thank you so much for the sub. The stealth jets got rockets now, and you can't dodge them. That was the complaint that I heard. Boy, okay. Well, I don't see how this keeps the creative freedom and allows you to express yourself in Portal while maintaining progression balance. I don't understand that, because if they're saying you get reduced one regardless if there's bots or not, that seems wrong. To pick up these changes properly and have an experience earn full XP, any qualifying experience would need to be unpublished, have bots backfilled, disabled, and then republished. So maybe it'll come online here. Maybe this means that... So that says full XP. So maybe if it's a qualifying experience, maybe it could work. Because I do want to do some of these customs. I think it would be fun. Servers, including persistent ones, may occasionally need to be restarted. These brief interruptions may continue as they figure it out, I assume. I'm going to stay in this lobby because this might be a good one. These brief interruptions. Okay. At initial glance, we've started to see a decline in PvE servers. Oh, they're going to see a massive decline in PvE servers. While PvP servers, there's going to be virtually zero. And I think most of them are that right now, where players compete against one another. They're becoming more active. PvE options are still available through custom experiences, but verified experiences with full XP are starting. And it seems like the PvE experience, though, it needs to be reduced. It needs to not be zero, though. Right now, I think it's just zero. Also, we're still exploring potential solutions that address the current issue that allow us to reintroduce bots in the future. Yeah, they should do that. If people want to play that and they don't want to deal with, PvP and whatever, they should still be able to play the game and progress and, like, learn. If you're playing in a helicopter, you should still be able to learn how to fly, even just against bots. I think it's fine. Like, that's how I learn. Regarding challenges, we want to take a moment to acknowledge that we've seen a discussion for farming servers due to the difficulty of the challenges. We're actively working on updates to these challenges. And we read that in today's update here, or this one here from 5 hours ago. Crazy change to that. We'll be continuing to monitor and adjust refine portal and community experiences. Was this where I was? From faithful recreations to classic modes to complete original ideas, your imagination. Yeah, I really hope they do that, because I've already seen now 2 maps that are faithful recreations of old maps. There's another one we're going to play today, but I want to be able to get XP and play that. That should be something. You should be able to queue these together. Both these 2 maps these guys made, put them together and let us play them. We've also seen a few questions around the verified experiences and official servers. The Battlefield official servers are legitimate official servers created and maintained by the Battlefield team. You'll see them listed on the server browser update. I didn't even know that. Battlefield, do any of you guys play this? BF Portal official account. Both names refer to the same individual verified sources. These host experiences like Conquest, Breakthrough, Rush, vanilla settings. Currently, multiple persistent servers are hosted under the Battlefield official. These could populate matches, so players can reliably find matches without needing to rely on bots or randoms matchmaking. We also maintain a variety of verified experiences such as hardcore, infantry. I haven't seen these either. I got to find these. The featured experiences section and other search functions. Or maybe they got to make them easier to find. These are intended to rotate regularly to keep the gameplay fresh and reward full XP. There is one that is on the homepage right now for closed weapon breakthrough, which I do like. I like that. How to join these? Go to the community tab. Select an experience such as Hardcore Conquest. I didn't even see that there. Click View More by Creator in the bottom left. Okay, we're going to try this. Season 1 is almost here. Based on your feedback, we'll continue to finalize and get that set. Okay, we're going to try this later. We'll play a game or 2 on this, chat, and then we'll try that out. But that's very interesting.